Lake Echo, dear. Is the woman in the pool of light really reading or just staring at what is written? Is the man walking in the soft rain naked, or is it the rain that makes his shirt transparent? The boy in the iron cot, is he asleep or still fingering the springs underneath? Did you honestly believe 3 lives could be complete? The bottle of green liquid on the sill, is it real? The bottle on the peeling sill, is it filled with green, or is the liquid an illusion of fullness? How summer's children turn into fish and rain softens men. How the elements of summer nights bid us to get down with each other on the unplaned floor. And this feels painfully beautiful, whether or not it will change the world one drop. Like something Christenberry pictured. If this were not a marked beginning, but an end, or more severely, the end, and you are ready to make peace with your major failures and hidden contradictions, and you are about to start the countdown on your long lived-in body, and so a little flyover in remembrance, you would seem alert enough to attend this imminent loss, sensing your own twirl in the void, accelerating toward its outermost ring while your sputtering mind starts its rewind of the crud and gem-encrusted strata through which poetry has taken you, as if some kook might jump out of the holly at any moment and extinguish you with one stroke. Hit pause before contact is made between your phantom assailant and your individual quote-unquote soul, and you are physically tied to a ramshackle building, risen in full sun from uncut grass, the walls stripped of canned and dried goods, and a single stick insect sticking to a tatter of color on a post struggling to support a torn roof, like something Christenberry pictured. Fast forward to glimpse last year's, tired of sitting self in a coarse concrete hall, anemic palate and dais of drowsy party officials, a withered wand of a woman facing the audience, the foreigners, holding her granddaughter's hand, reciting the Manas by the hundreds of lines, and the expressionless girl picking up when her infallible hand is squeezed, thus transmitting to her infallible memory the epic of her people. Mesmerizing until it's unbearable when you hit forward again to edge your rental car off the shoulders so you can photograph with your cell phone an alligator snapper crossing the road so pokey the 16-wheeler that barrels over it blows the moss from its back and it freezes in position to recover from the sudden ventilation, then picks up tempo just enough to clear the truck, bearing down in the opposite direction. It tips over the edge of blacktop under the unfinished garage of sky toward a section of river where nothing much is moving, in a stand of cypress, making a final stand against the final clearing of an exhausted land, and you half expect to be chosen to be the one to glimpse the trailing feathers of the bird no one has been able to vouch for, which is why you chose the tertiary route through empty corduroy fields. The instant you stopped at the crossroads, as they say, which was the very instant you stopped looking for meaning and began rifling among the folds of feeling instead, where things were to be made new again, where and when the benighted and unresponsive have begun to lose their grip even on and unto the benighted and unresponsive, it is like waking up to the old-fashioned smell of roses. It's like finding a few words collected on the eyes of visiting moths, like giving of your blood generously, to live and die as if the same occasion, having never owned a catamaran but having cooled off in Bright Angel Creek, danced slow-mo at the night spot, sped through the hot air past the second-story wedding dress stores of San Luis Potosi, having stayed up to watch the Sirius open the last time it bloomed 12 years ago, when the boy was still a boy, when the elevator doors opened on a once elegant man, playing Rhapsody in Blue on the mezzanine of a once elegant hotel, having cruised alongside the big woods at 12 miles per hour, straining to glimpse an apparition of a wing. The flesh flashes and passes, so simple and satisfying as drinking milk out of the carton, or going from maddeningly boring stretches in front of a monitor to eating clouds faintly lit within, burning pages of bad poetry, stepping out of the story ineluctably over fellow travelers, here just long enough to testify to a blinding intensity under that big, dry socket of God, the camera mounted to capture ordinary traffic violations, fixes instead on your final face a single frame of unadulterated urgency is what you see. Urgency it is. Thank you.